Once again, the New England Patriots are being dragged into trade rumors. And this one, I like it. I like it a lot. Great quote, great movie. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. One-stop shop, anything New England Patriots, daily basis, right here. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. I truly appreciate it. Like, comment below. As we've talked about in the past on this show, the New England Patriots have been involved in a lot of trade rumors. We've talked more than once about Brandon Ayuk, and we're not going to talk about that again because it's not going to happen. So long. See ya. Have fun in San Francisco or wherever you end up. And I'm not going to mention the other guy who's on defense who has not got his extension yet because I said long ago I would not talk about it until we have figured something out, and we haven't. So not even going to mention his name. So the trade rumor talking about right now has to deal with a wide receiver. I want you to think to yourself, who are you thinking of? Who are you thinking of? Who are you thinking of? You might not be thinking about it. Maybe you are. It's T Higgins. I don't know where the picture is, but it's gone. You know what's interesting is you look at the Bill Belichick era. And he really liked, yes, he had Randy Moss, was that true number one receiver. But besides that, he really, when it came to the wide receiving core, moved the ball around quite a bit and emphasized, obviously, the tight end, which was huge. All right. And it was different than a lot of NFL teams. And so now we go into Van Pelt's system and, you know, they're looking for, hey, we need another true number one. You look at any NFL team, hey, true number one wide receiver. So last year, we know Pop was the leading receiver. He was kind of thrusted into that position with injuries and a bunch of different things. And he did all right. But going into this year, does he look to be a number one receiver? No, not necessarily. Definitely going to dominate, I think, in the slot. Also, with young receivers, you have Polk Baker that we've talked about a million times on here. A lot of potential. But we look at T Higgins, and T Higgins, we're just going to jump to his stats real quick. You got to think he is second fiddle. He is the second fiddle in Cincinnati. It's all Jamar Chase. It's his show. T Higgins is that side piece that, hey, every once in a while he'll do something. He has solid stats over the last 4 years. If you don't know, he came out of Clemson, played with Trevor Lawrence. We'll get into that in a little bit. But size-wise, 6'4", just over 200 pounds, has that size. That is that trademark X position, that number one wide receiver. I actually like it. I don't mind it. I have no qualm with T Higgins, and he's a younger guy. I believe he's 25. So he's proven himself in Cincinnati, and I don't think it would be a bad pickup at all. Now, what's interesting in this article, it even talks about that if he were to be traded, his value could be a second-round pick. Ladies and gentlemen, a second-round pick. Yeah. I would give up a second-round pick to get T Higgins. Now, this is just an analyst. Who knows if it's actually real? But if that's all it would take, yeah, I think, in my opinion, the New England Patriots would be idiots not to take that. Comment below. What do you think? Do you think T Higgins is actually a possibility? And if we could get him for a second round, would you do it? Or do you think that's just unrealistic? Honestly, I thought it was unrealistic. But then again, the Cincinnati Bengals don't want to give him an extension. They franchise tagged him. And what's interesting is every player that they've ever franchise tagged, essentially when they come out of that tag, they're gone. They leave. And so they never come to an agreement. So, you know, if they can trade him and get something for it instead of him just hitting free agency and them getting nothing, I think they're going to take whatever they can get. So, and I understand too, yeah, hey, you have Jamar Chase, but I have a hard time seeing you find someone better than T Higgins. They have the pieces in Cincinnati right now to make a push in the playoffs. They've shown us that already. It just blows my mind. So one of those teams, like I said, New England Patriots, was on in the rumors when it came to trading for T Higgins. The second team was the Jacksonville Jaguars. Naturally, that just makes sense because, again, the leader of the pack over there, Trevor Lawrence, was his quarterback in college. So a great pairing. You look at Jalen Hurts, Devontae Smith. You look at Tua and Waddle. There's these different quarterback combinations where They played in college, and they try to pair him up. So I don't know. I think it's a possibility he ends up in Jacksonville. But I think if the New England Patriots have the opportunity, they need to jump on it. They need to jump on it. Again, comment below. Do you think this is a good idea? Do you think giving up a second-round pick would be great? Or do you think that's just unrealistic? I want you to comment below. Tell me what you think. Again, T Higgins comes into kind of a wide receiver core that has a lot of question marks. A lot of people would say it's the worst position group. I would disagree. I would say that's the offensive line, very unproven. I don't think there's really an argument there, in my opinion. And so, because again, everything starts from the line. So if the line's not doing well, it's going to affect everything else. So I think it's the offensive line, but that's beside the point. T Higgins, you like it? You don't like it? Comment below. Let's talk about it. So the other thing that I stumbled upon as well, I thought this was hilarious. So today was rookies. It was their first day to report to training camp. So the first day for everyone is the 24th. I think the veterans come either the 23rd, 22nd. You might have to correct me, or something like that. But rookies come today. And I don't know what you guys think about this. As I'm a teacher, and so back in the day, when I taught elementary, when I first started teaching, you would see this all the time. I do car rider duty, and you'd see kids at the front of the school standing with their sign like this. So it's just funny to see this. They're probably, if you know, they have prolific careers, you know, these are going to be images, I feel like, 10, 15 years down the road, they're going to be on Monday Night Football, and they're going to pull this up, and they'll be like, remember their first time at training camp? Boom. Just like if you ever watch any Andy Reid games, back when he coached the Eagles, or now when he coaches the Chiefs, any primetime game, they try to get in the punt, pass, kick. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. They always try to get that video in. If you've never seen it, go on YouTube, search Andy Reid punt, pass, kick competition, and it's literally him towering over all these other kids, and he wins this competition. It's pretty wild. But they always try to show that because, you know, they got to fill time. So that being said, you're like kind of like maybe what you're doing by showing us this. I don't know, maybe I just thought it was interesting. So again, comment below. What do you think about T Higgins? Do you think that T Higgins would he be a good fit for the Patriots? Second round pick, is that realistic? Do you want him? Do you not want him? Comment below, whatever you're thinking. Yeah, I think that's great. That's about it. All right. This is Sports Talk Patriots. I appreciate you guys. Subscribe, like, comment, like, subscribe, can't talk. Appreciate you guys. Peace.